Well, Coach, on a night where you force 4 turnovers, you hold them to 0 for 5 in the red zone after nobody had stopped them down there all year. You hear those two things before the game, you probably signed for that and think you got a pretty good shot to win it. Just the way that things unfolded here tonight, what were your biggest takeaways? Just how things unfolded?
Yeah, I mean, I thought defensively, I mean, they created a bunch of turnovers. They kept us in the football game there. Unfortunately, on offense, we turned it back over. You know, we had three turnovers there on offense as well. And when you're struggling on offense, which we are, you got to hold on to the ball. And we weren't able to hold on to the football and be able to sustain drives. And then we have we're down 14-7 there in the fourth, I think. 4th and 2 we don't get. That was a big drive at that moment there, it felt like we had a good play call, and if you get that, maybe it's 14-14 and you got a chance, and so it's the same story, different record, so to speak. Like we're put ourselves in positions as bad as we're playing, we're not playing good. As bad as we're playing, or have opportunities to beat some good teams in the fourth quarter, and we're just not good enough to overcome beating ourselves a lot. So credit to them. I think they got a good team. But I thought our guys, man, they were gritty today. They fought and gave us a chance, to have a chance to win that game there in the fourth, and we're just not good enough to do it.
We talked about it at halftime a little bit, just with the run game, and then Merdiger hits on a deep ball there. Was the protection not there for him at times tonight, or how would you assess the passing game?
Yeah, I think that's part of it. You have some opportunities. I think we had some guys open, and whether we didn't have time to get it to them or didn't transition quick enough to make the nice read. There were some times there we just didn't have enough protection to get the ball down the field, and so that was unfortunate because we did have some guys open there, and so we gotta be better, in every position on offense. Not one group is playing really really well right now, and so we got to do a better job overall. But you can't come out of a game. I think we had less than 80 yards passing, and you can't do that if you're going to win in college football, and so we got to improve there.
Yeah, I mean, you're down to your third string quarterback if you go back to the beginning of the year and how things were initially laid out. The injuries are starting to take a toll at this point. I mean, is that fair to say?
Yeah, I mean, we got some guys banged up. Obviously, I think there's probably other teams do as well. And so, but at the end of the day, we're not going to make an excuse. The guys that are in there, we brought them here, so they got to go out and perform. Injuries are part of those things, and we've had probably our fair share of some guys in some key situations. Up front, offensive line wise, we've lost a starter the last 3 weeks, and so, but hopefully we can start getting some of those guys back. The thing I was proud of today is in all phases, I think we fought. It looked ugly. We kept coming back as bad as we were in some areas, and so we can build off some of those things. But if we don't improve our pass protection, if we don't improve our decision making, if we don't improve taking care of the ball, we're going to come here and we're going to have the same old talk here for 7 more games.
Two guys specifically, Brylan Green and Evan Dickens. What are their statuses?
Yeah, so Evan, I think it was some concussion symptoms is what it looked like. At least that's what the concern was, and so you got to hold him for that. Then Brylan, I think, I don't know all the details there of a lower body injury, but I think we dodged a bullet on him. I'm not saying he might not be out for a little bit, but I don't think it's a season-ending. I think what you saw there was probably a little bit more precautionary, and so I'm not saying he's not injured, but I think it's something that hopefully he can come back from this year at some point.
Coach, it came in a loss, but ODU was over 5 in the red zone. Defense had 3 turnovers down inside the 10. How important was that to give your team a fighting shot going into the second half?
That was great. I mean, it could have been, easily 21-0 there at halftime, and they get the ball. I mean, it could have got out of hand, and for them to get the turnovers, it kept us in the game. Gave us an opportunity to, come out of halftime, regroup, and as I said, we're 14-7, and we're driving the ball there in the fourth quarter. So I thought the turnovers were big. I thought the defense played really well for the most part all game. I think there was one drive that we gave up where they went like 80-something yards in like 4 plays. That was the one drive that I think we didn't execute very well. Besides that, I think we made them earn everything, and that's all you can ask is we're putting them in some bad situations on the offensive side of the ball. And their job is just to get the ball back and stop them. And I thought they did that tonight. They didn't complain. They went after it. And I thought they gave us a chance to win. So if we can play with that type of effort, the way the defense played, that type of physicality, and then we can get the ball moving a little bit more on offense, then we'll get better.
won the coin toss, elected to receive the ball. You're trying to get some momentum from the offensive side just to, kind of jumpstart things.
I was, you're looking at the weather too. They said the weather was coming a little bit later. So I was thinking, hey, it wasn't terrible right away. So let's see if we can take advantage of decent weather because they said the worst one was coming. So that was part of it. I wanted to, give some confidence to the offense. Hey, let's go out there and move the ball and try to score. We got a great kick return. We had an opportunity to get a first down, missed it, and then we missed the kick. And so you're trying to build some momentum, and you can't get it. I mean, it's frustrating. You can't get it. And so, you have these plans and you think everything's going to go to plan and we got a good jump start, sidelines pumped, and we don't get the first down and then we miss the field goal. And so all that momentum there, you got a chance to be up 3-0, and you don't get it. And so it's a challenge. Obviously, we're every little thing right now that seems to be not going our way, it's not going our way. But we're going to figure it out. Our guys are going to keep fighting, but it was hopefully to get us a little jump start, a little momentum.
Coach, as you prepare to return to conference play, what do you think is the biggest issue that needs to be addressed for your team?
I think turnovers on offense, for sure. What do we have, 3 tonight? So I think we turned the ball over in 3 of the 5 games that are, I guess, our best opponents. We've turned the ball over quite a bit, and so you can't win games turning the ball over. I think that's the biggest issue offensively. Biggest issue defensively is I think we have to tackle. I think even tonight we had some guys in some situations, and so we got to continue to tackle better. And then special teams, we got to just make some kicks. So those are the 3 things that if we can improve those things, we'll go make a run. Make a run.